Have you ever danced to a beat that originated from a TikTok? Are you possibly humming tunes that you maybe heard from a Vine that was a 6-second clip? If so, you've witnessed, well, we've all witnessed over these past decade, some of the staggering results and impacts that social media platforms have had on our society, specifically when it comes to music. These powerful platforms have not only just influenced, but orchestrated new waves of new musical talents and trends. In this episode, we're going to tackle a few bullet points that pertain how platforms like Vine and TikTok drastically changed the landscape of the music industry. We're going to tackle some of these today, guys. The vibrant landscape of social media and its star-making potential. A deeper look into Vine and a deeper look into TikTok and the dominant era that was Vine and to TikTok today. So really how the simplicity of creating short-form videos has really democratized the music industry, music production, and really amplified voices across genres without crossing the barrier of cost and production tools. What's up, everyone? This is Fit for Business with me, Jared Lane. If you guys could do me a favor, if you're watching on YouTube for the first time and tap that subscribe button, we really genuinely appreciate support. And as always, if you're listening along to Spotify right now, go ahead and please tap that follow button. One person, one follow. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And here we go into this week's episode, which happens to be episode number 12. So as we all know, social media really has emerged as a dynamic frontier, redefining the pathways to fame and altering the essence of really our celebrity culture. Platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube really have just become more than social media platforms, but they're venues for social interactions, and they really are powerful engines for creating stars. Big stars, especially stars related to the music industry. So really the accessibility and global reach of these platforms really make it easier today for somebody to hit stardom. So visibility on these platforms have really harnessed the power that social media has to build brands, build personalities, build new stars. And in that sense, by bypassing the traditional gatekeeper, right? Before the forefront of social media and short video form content, people had to go hand in those demo tapes to production companies, record labels, studios. Now you can upload a video and potentially that video can go stardom. Content creators, influencers, and viral sensations now really find themselves on the forefront and the cusp that really has depicted and really altered the way that the music industry is running and facilitating today. Really, the interactive nature of social media platforms really allows these stars to be out there in the forefront in your screen as you're watching or listening to this podcast today, guys. The direct line of communication offers really an authenticity that can't be replaced and an immediate contact with direct users that want to consume your potential video music content, right? And that can't be duplicated. This really enables individuals to cultivate more of a personal brand that of course resonates deeply with their followers. These platforms really have been emerging to cater to like such niche industries, interests, and communities, again relatable to music if we're still speaking on that topic. So despite the opportunities, the journey to social media stardom is not without challenges. It's not, because there's a lot of people that still are posting daily, still post their music. They haven't risen to that stardom. They haven't gone viral. They haven't been seen by music labels, music producers. The vastness really of social media stardom means that standing out not only requires your talent, but more of a strategic approach, if you would. As the field has been and continues to become more increasingly crowded, the ability to be consistently producing engaging high quality content that resonates, right? So people remember you with your core target audience is going to be more crucial than ever, guys. The digital landscape really has always been a fertile ground for innovation and disruption, and nowhere is more evident than where you guys are watching this right now, here on social media. The story of Vine, a platform that really was pioneered for short form video content, that is really where it came from. That's where it started, from Vine, right, guys? It really is a testament to the rapid revolution of how short form video content changed the game. It's crazy to see how quickly the tides can change from like what was to what is today, and then how trends come into play. So if we really look deeper into the narrative of Vine, it really becomes a prelude, right? A prelude to the crescendo of what TikTok is to today and the dominant era of TikTok. Well, we'll see what happens with TikTok, as I said in my most recent podcast, as Congress is trying to pass these laws and bills and so forth. It's going to be interesting to see. And, at the same time, for all these content creators and influencers and musicians that utilize TikTok to get reach to their people, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But again, going back to what we were saying, really Vine, if you guys remember, roughly around 11 years ago, Vine emerged on the scene. It was, I think the year was 2013, and it was a novel concept. Nothing out there was like that, really allowing users to create that short form video. It was like a 6-second looping video, right? And that brevity stuck out with users, right? Short form, digestible, easy content to be consumed by us users scrolling. Hey, this is a quick video, I can watch it. It really gave a new rise and breed to new talent. New breed of celebrities, influencers, musicians came off of Vine. They really were able to master and see what people wanted to see more of. And that's where that artistry comes in from. So one musician for me that stands out from the Vine era, and maybe you guys have heard of him as well, somebody by the name of Shawn Mendes. Does that name sound familiar? Because believe it or not, that is where Shawn got his big break, off of Vine. However, despite the success and the cult following that Vine had, it later struggled, as we all know, to sustain its growth, amidst competition and challenges and monetization. By 2017, Vine was obsolete and discontinued, unfortunately, leaving a void in short form video content. But ergo steps in TikTok to save the day for short form video content, because TikTok, which came in around 2016 by a Chinese tech company, as we all know, ByteDance, which was around 2016, it really took the premise of like what Vine was and expanded it on ways that really resonated with the broader audience. At that time, TikTok allowed for videos up to 60 seconds in length. Later, extending this limit, as we all know, providing content creators more flexibility and really just be able to like show off more of their artistry. So really the platform's sophisticated algorithm, personalized content discovery were basically helping ensuring that users were getting pushed out for their For You feed, right? So people that wanted to consume their content. I really feel like this combined with, TikTok's tool itself with its easy to use editing tools and the vast library of effects. And obviously if you're a musician, you already have the music background, but using their music helped you with trending sounds, just get out there more on the TikTok algorithm. It really made it an irresistible platform for creators of all of like. That result was short of nothing phenomenal. Again, there are some headaches that TikTok and ByteDance are dealing with today, and we'll see how that all plays out. TikTok not only dominated the short space video and has continued to do so, but it also has significantly impacted music, fashion, politics, and beyond that, all alike when it comes to creators. It really has become, TikTok has become a primary source of entertainment for millions upon millions of users that use the platform daily. The platform's global reach and deeply engaged user base has ever changed the dynamics of social media today, and its relentless pace of innovation that drives it, right? Because if you all see what TikTok does and what it's trending, that ends up filtering out to all the other platforms like Meta, YouTube, Snapchat, and so forth. So what happens on TikTok today, you'll see on other platforms tomorrow. But, as we really reflect on, what was the crescendo of TikTok's dominant era, which it is still today, it's clear that, the legacy of Vine still lives on as well. And it's really not a relic of the past, guys, but I really feel like it's a catalyst that's paved way for the future for musicians when it comes to the dominancy of short form video content. Talking more so of short form video content. So really the simplicity of creating short videos really has drastically transformed the landscape of music production, the process and amplifying voices across a range of different genres. This evolution can be, attributed to the rise of certain platforms that emphasize short form content, such as Vine and TikTok. So these platforms have really made it accessible for all creators of alike, regardless of their production skills or technical skills, if that, and ability to have monetary means, have made it simplified where you can create new videos and not have an out-of-pocket expense that's beyond your means. So the advancements in technology, if we can all agree, have really simplified the way that people can produce music videos today on these platforms. It's really lowered the barriers for people that are on an entry level aspiring to be a musician, really enabling them to produce and share their music publicly at low cost, per bare minimum. So, embracing short form video platforms for music really launches video creation, and it underscores really the pivotal role that these platforms play day in and day out for musicians alike, and really shaping and altering the history of music as we know it. It's not like it was 20 years ago where people were, recording, off of DVDs, and now they're, slinging DVDs on the streets, right, guys? Now, today, those DVDs have transferred to us watching videos on TikTok, YouTube Short, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. And really, these platforms offer a structure for both emerging and established artists still to this day to think creatively how they can present their music. So the impact of streaming services, these platforms, they cannot be overlooked on how they played a pivotal role on our society today. So I think this shift not only benefits listeners, but it really also provides users a larger platform, larger reach, if you would, to reach new audiences, further push their music out in the forefront. Lastly, I'll say this: with the tools that platforms like TikTok, as we're saying, with the new editing features that they have built into them, features now that, YouTube Creator has, or if you're looking at platforms like Meta creating Reels, all of these platforms today, if you're an aspiring musician, you don't need to have a whole system or unit to make video music. All you need is your smartphone. If you have a camera, great. If you have just a smartphone, that's all you need. All the tools are within your grasp and within your reach to start creating music videos today that you can publish and promote tomorrow at no cost to you, just the cost of your hardware. Because before, the barrier was having the budget, right, to go to a studio. Think on the macro level and the micro level. Think today than tomorrow. If you're an aspiring musician, creating short form videos can help you get more publicized, can put you out there in front of people that might not have taken interest on your music, no matter what your genre is. So don't give up if you're an aspiring musician. Utilize these platforms to your benefit. As always, thank you for lending me your ears and, most importantly, your attention. This has been Fit for Business with Jared Lane.